Well, 152. If you would have told Shreyas Iyer that after winning the toss, that Rajasthan Royals, the mighty Rajasthan Royals led by Josh Butler's runs, would get 152, batting first to the Wankhede, would he have taken that? Perhaps. Let's ask Imran, Tahir and Dan Vettori that question on Maruti Suzuki Presents ESPN Cricket Info T20 Timeout powered by IQ 9 5G. Would you be happier if you're KKR at halftime?
I think so. I thought it was an impressive bowling performance. And Shreyas Iyer looked like he read the wicket. He understood what was going to happen. The only thing that he did say was that the dew factor may play a part and whether that will actually assist the wicket a little bit. But they looked really well planned and thorough, and the execution was the difference tonight, right from the start with Shadaf. He was exceptional once again.
Let me get Imran's first thoughts as well. Odd sort of innings, Imi, 152 with Josh Butler striking at less than 100 in spite of playing 25 balls. What did you make of the first 20 overs?
Yeah, I just think that 20 runs short. KKR very happy. I think they restrict them to 152. But I think again Josh Butler, he didn't fire. So end of the day, that shows that he's human. But I think their captain, he played a big part. He scored 50 today. I think overdue. He's not been consistent, and nice to see that he's got some runs for his team today.
Yeah, we'll talk about Samson, but let's try and make sense of why Butler found it hard. What do you put that down to?
KKR's bowling. I thought once again Shadaf was fantastic at the start, and he probably set the tone for everything they did, and then everyone followed it up. Uncle Roy did a great job. Sunil Narayan as well. So there was all the bowlers that came to play and had to bowl to Josh Butler. And he looked a little bit more circumspect than you often see him. We've seen him take down the first 6 balls often. So it's probably been something over the last 3 games where he's looked to get himself in a bit more, whereas at the start he was just almost teeing off from ball 1.
Do you sense that there's perhaps a worry with Josh Butler that the rest of the Rajasthan isn't quite as strong as we imagine, that when he goes early that there is a vulnerability there?
I don't think he would sense that at all. I think he's the sort of player that, particularly as an opening batsman, I don't think you can think like that as an opening batsman. You have to go out there and take the game on, which he always does. If you bat 3, 4, 5, maybe those sentiments can sneak into some of your batting and the way that you go about things. But I think openers have the licence, irrespective of who's playing, situation, chase, etc.
Sanju Samson's got the half century. Imran Tahir rightly saying he's due a big score. He got that today, me. He's such a wonderful player when he's hitting sixes of spin in particular. I just wonder what you've made of Samson, the batter. He just plays spin extraordinarily, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I think Rajasthan had more expectations from him this season. But I think, like I said, there's many batters who struggled this year. And he's one of them, but it's nice to see he's got some runs, and he's a very good player against spin. He stays obviously really cool. He don't show any pressure to bowlers, and I mean, it's really nice to see that he's got some runs.
Did the tactical call work for you, Imi? Playing the extra left-arm spinner, Anukul Roy opened the bowling. He's gone for 28 of his 4, and he's picked up the wicket of Karun Nair in that. Do you think that was a selection that they'd be happy with at halftime?
I'm pretty sure, like I said earlier, I think it's depend on the day how captain and management feel that what player they can try, and I think it was a good day for him. He bowled fantastic. I mean, you won't ask more than that, and especially bowled in power play. But Karun Nair, he's a very good player against spin, so it was a big wicket. So I think it was a good call.
You think that's turned out to be a decent selection after 20 overs?
Absolutely, and obviously it was a plan to bowl him early on to Butler. But the overall package, he did a great job. Go for that amount of runs on that wicket, and to pick up it's always a crucial wicket, even though Karun is not one of their top players. I think he definitely justified his selection with the way he bowled.
Looks like Tim Southee continues to justify his selection, but just talking about that 19th over. Just a few too many on a day when they were struggling to get in excess of what? I think the most expensive over other than that was the 15-run over in the 5th, but otherwise hardly any overs in double digits.
And it was one ball. It was one strange ball. I think it was the first or second ball. He went straight to Hetmeyer.
Round the wicket, yes.
Which was so unlike him, where you could see the plan that Marvy and him had was to go wide and slow, and even to go length balls to Hetmeyer because of the way he sets him up, and he splays that front leg and looks to clear straight or over long on, and that length ball can be the undoing of of that style of batting, and he missed once, and Hetmeyer capitalised on it, and that's what led to that 20 run over.
They've got 46 of 25 between them, Hetmeyer and Riyan Parag. They're the only two players that have struck in excess of around 150, 200. Everyone else is in that 100, 110 range. Did it suddenly sort of get easier? I mean, could we look at Dew, or what happened there that these two got it away better than Samson and Butler did earlier?
I think it was purely intent. They knew they had to get on with it. The platform had been set, albeit at a low strike rate, and as soon as they came to the wicket, it seemed like they had guidance from off the field in terms of you have to take it on, or when they walked out and saw Sanju, he gave them that message to Riyan Parag in particular. So it looked like they knew they just had to get on with it.
All right. Now 153 to get. Many ways to chase 153. It's firstly going to be a new look KKR opening batting lineup. Who would you like to see with Aaron Finch? Would you like to see Sunil Narine at the top, or should they send one of the specialist batters? How would you like them to approach this?
Look, I personally think that's especially better unless you want to play gamble and send Sunil Narayan, but I rather go for specialist batsmen. I think that'll be more helpful for KKR, especially chasing that 150 down. They need a solid start.
Yeah, would you go Narayan today? 153, big game, must pick up the points, strong bowling attack.
Possibly not. I think trying to predict who Rajasthan are going to open the bowling with, and that would be what KKR were thinking about. I mean, they could even think about saving Narayan for Ashwin and Chahal. We know he's a good player of spin. We know he's an aggressive player of spin. So I think there's more potential there to see him in those middle stages. But then the question is who actually partners Aaron Finch. And
I mean, your options, I guess you're looking at that. There's Indrajit, who came in at 3, who could open, or there's Nitish Rana, who's done the job before.
I think Indrajit is the only other option. So I would like to see Narayan save for those spinners, but when you do that, it means that Nitish Rana sort of bats out of position, and he's their key middle order player for today.
Okay, we're just going to wait for a couple of minutes and see if we can get a look of who's come out and get a reaction from both Amy and Dan. In the meantime, let's give Umesh Yadav some credit. 1 for 24 of 4, again, excellent. Amy, we've seen him over the years. Are we seeing the best of Umesh Yadav, and what do you put that down to?
I think so, yes. I think this season he's been bowling really well. I mean, he's a fantastic bowler, but I think been playing in IPL over the years and international cricket, and I think he's using his experience, and his rhythm is really good. So it's really nice to see firing up for his team.
Yeah, among fast bowlers, Yumi, who are excellent fielders of their own bowling, I know spinners tend to be, but among fast bowlers, can you think of people that are as good as Umesh? He seems to be quite unique in that aspect. Normally fast bowlers, we don't look at them as great in the field in general, let alone of their own bowling.
Yeah, no, I have to give him credit for that. He looks athlete, running quite quick, but I think I've seen Dale Steyn taking some very good catches. I think he was a very good fielder in his own bowling. Yeah, but I have to give credit to Umesh. I think, like I said, he's working hard on his fielding, and then it's nice to see that he's taking those balls.
I mean, he's taking some blinders. We always know he's a good athlete. Maybe Trent Bolt's an exception too. But otherwise, is that a fair stereotype? Fast bowlers not necessarily great of their own bowling in general?
No. I think those days are gone. I think the 3 best are actually involved in this game.
And
Bolt, Southey and Pat Cummins. I think they're all exceptional off their own bowling. And in general in the field, they're all exceptional fielders. So Umesh Yadav just continues on that long line of great fast bowling fielders.
Yeah, maybe it's not in India as much, right? I think Venkatesh Prasad is somewhere here.
We'll bring him in.
Yeah, we'll ask him in a bit. Simon Dool maybe on commentary. I don't know whether he was any good off his own bowling.
I can't remember Dooley being that flash.
Therefore, my point. Right. Anyway, those days seem to have gone, like Dan Vettori says. Wonder how Rajasthan would use their spinners, though, if spin is playing a big role. Ashwin, Yuzvendra Chahal. Chahal's been given this task of bowling deep. We saw that with great effect in the game against KKR, where he got Pat Cummins and the likes towards the end. Is he going to be used differently when they have just 150 to play with?
I think they have to. I think Ashwin will fulfill his usual role, maybe back into that power play and then through the middle stages, and I'd be surprised if Chahal didn't bowl the 7th over. I think they need to get him in the game. They realise that he is crucial to this performance and this chance of winning, and I think that's where he is at his best. He can come in and try and take wickets from that position.
Now Aaron Finch and Indrajit are opening, so Amy, I guess you'd be happy with that? You think Narayan's going to be used strategically to counter the spin, or would you like to just see the batting order conventionally, which is not something we associate with KKR all the time?
Yeah, I think, look, when you're chasing 152, I think any T20 game, you want to go two ways. You want to chase that down quickly, you want to go like in a proper way. But I just feel like that as against a good bowling attack, I think they just need to use their special batsmen and keep them around. Obviously, number 6, number 7, wherever his position is, where he go and more effective. And strike the ball really, but I think I'm happy to see that they're sending the specialist batsman to start the innings.
I wonder if Aaron Finch is going to ask Indrajit to take strike to Trent Bolt, keep his front leg out of the way for a while.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice for me. It's only a couple of balls. It'll stop swinging after a couple of balls. But I think we'll see Finch at his aggressive best tonight. I think in these sorts of situations, it's almost the nicest way to play. 152. Can you get them off to for a 60 for none after 6 overs sort of start and really just sort of break the back of the total?
Yeah, you think this is a big game for someone like Finch, who they've kept faith with? If they wanted to go to a different overseas balance, they could have. It would have been at the expense of Finch. This is where you want an international captain, seasoned player to come good?
Absolutely. And I think we sometimes forget how good Finch is because his IPL record doesn't mirror his international record. But he's facing an international bowler in Trent Bolt. The pace of Sen and Krishna, I think, will suit him. So he will look to be aggressive. And if the spinner comes on, well, we know he's going to continue in that vein as well.
Would Andre Russell have worked towards playing that ball from Ashwin, which got him first ball? Or is he going? Are we going to see Andre Russell defend his first ball like last time and get out? No.
I think that ball was brilliant, but I don't think it's replicable. I think it was just one of those ones where he pulled it off once, and you can talk about it and dream about it, but it was a special ball.
Okay, now 153. KKR have lost 5 in a row. They've been short on confidence. Imran, Tahir, give me a prediction. Do you think they're going to get over the line today, or is it going to be Rajasthan defending this? Amy?
Look, they should get it. That's what I think. But obviously, Rajasthan have to bowl really well to restrict them under that. But I think they should get that.
Okay, Amy backing KKR. Dan?
I agree.
All right, let's see if these predictions are right. If KKR are to snap this 5-match losing streak, should make for a great conversation at the end of it on Maruti Suzuki presents ESPN Cricket for T20 Timeout, powered by Kunai 5G.